We're doing this in Vancouver. People think we're rich. We've got BTO 1 on the charts. You're barely breaking even. You guys know what it's like where everyone thinks you're made it. You're only breaking even, right? It's that way with most musicians. So as I'm driving over the bridge that night to go to the gig, and it's Saturday night, so we've been playing Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, all week long. Daryl B's on the radio, Burton's friend who got us the earlier gigs. This is Daryl B on CFUN Radio, and we're taking care of business. And I go, oh, what a song title that is. I gotta write it down. I have a songwriting kit in my car that you probably have in yours. It's a McDonald's napkin and a smashed crayon. From the kids or grandkids. So you gotta write it down. So I write it down, taking care of business. I'm driving over the bridge with one hand, I'm writing down taking care of business. I don't want to forget this title, it's so phenomenal. And it goes, I don't know what I'm doing with it, I just write it down, great title. And it goes next to, there's a little shelf next to my heart of a few of my favorite things. And there are the lyrics to the verses of White Collar Worker. You get it? We get to the gig, Fred Turner's been screaming his face off all week, and the last 10 o'clock Saturday night he says, I can't sing anymore. You gotta sing the last set. Well, I've gotta sing the last set. So with a singer like Burton Cummings, a singer like Turner, I didn't sing that much. I sang the gang vocals. I sang the high harmonies like I Get Around It, the Beach Boys song, and even in no time I'm singing the high line. And Undone, I went, Cha! That was my big part of it. And I'm thinking, gee, what can I do? I gotta sing the last set. And the club owner's looking at his watch, he's going like this, he's going like this. In a rock and roll club, they exist for one thing, to sell booze. So they turn up the heat at the end of the night, they give you pretzels and popcorn, peanuts, salty, and you buy more stuff. But you gotta get them up dancing. So he wants them up dancing. So I've gotta sing the song. I don't know what to sing. I'm not really a singer at that point. And I think of the man who can't sing, Mr. Bob Dylan. So I'm gonna do a Dylan song, and I only know one, but the reason I did that was Rick Nelson did a better version of She Belongs to Me. Bob Dylan was 2 souls. I'm trying to get the people up dancing. So I start out, she's got everything she needs, she's an artist, she do it. Yeah, that's what happened there. I start to play it, nobody's dancing and they're all laughing. It's like a stand-up comedy, right, routine. So I'm thinking, what am I doing? The club owner's going, get them up dancing, get them up dancing. He's going like this, giving me these signals. It's time. Carlos Santana had a song on the radio at the time called Oye Como Va. I know absolutely no Spanish. My mother's Ukrainian, remember the Ukrainian parties? Playing violin. I'm gonna do the Ukrainian version of Oye Como Va. I've gotta get them up dancing. The club owner's going, okay, and he's going like this, which is TV for keep it rolling, don't let them sit down. We did that song for a little bit, and my mind is flashing, what are you gonna do next, what are you gonna do next? And the light comes on the other side of my brain going, this is your big opportunity for White Collar Worker. The band has said no for 4 years. The Guess Who said no for 4 years. They are your hostage on stage. They cannot say no. You've got to keep them dancing. So I turn around, and all the chords I played in the original White Collar Worker, too many damn chords. I think of the Kingsmen, Louie, 3 rockin' chords. So I turn around to the band and say, here's 3 chords, follow me. When I get to the hook, sing it. They go, what are you doing? I said, just sing it. So I start. They get up in the morning from the alarm clock's warning, take the 8:15 to the city. There's a whistle up above and people pushing, people shoving, and the girls are trying to look pretty. So it goes on, and when it gets to the White Collar Worker, I don't do that. I just keep going, taking care of business. It fits every day. Taking care, and everybody's dancing. Every way we've been taking care of business. It's all right, taking care of business and working overtime, We played that for a half an hour. We were up dancing, we had nothing else to do. Every time we stopped playing that, the audience sensed the thing happened. When I wrote American Woman on stage, if you go to a jazz concert, and guys are jamming up, they don't know what they're doing, but but they're getting messages from somewhere and they're playing together, and it's an amazing conglomeration of ideas and vibe and everything. So the audience felt this. Every time we'd stop the song, they would just sing Takin Care of Business, just like you hear on the record. My brother would keep that kick drum going. And so we did that for like a half an hour. So a couple of weeks later, we go to record the song. And I write out the lyrics for Fred Turner, who had the big Let It Ride, Rolling Down the Highway, Harley Davidson voice. And he says, why are you giving me these lyrics? I go, don't you want to sing the song? He said, no, I want you to sing it and stop doing the pierogi song and the bad Bob Dylan crappy thing and sing our own song. You can be my relief singer, but sing one of our own songs. So you wrote the song. We'll hide it on BTO2 somewhere in the second side. Nobody will hear it, but it'll actually be a real song that you are singing. That's your own song. So we go to the studio in Seattle, and we're recording the song. We go at 10 in the morning. This is now like 12:30 at night, so we've been there like 14 hours. And so we do Taking Care of Business, and I sing it once, and there's no big deal. I've got a sore throat, and I'm nasally and everything like that. And there's a knock at the door. We're putting on our jackets to go home. There's a knock at the door, and I open the door, and there's a guy standing there. He's about 6'3" or 4", big frizzy square beard, black beard, frizzy hair, an army cap on, army fatigue jacket, and he's holding pizza. And I go, yeah, he said, you guys ordered pizza. And I said, no, try down the hall. Studio 1 was Steve Miller was doing Fly Like an Eagle album, and Studio, that was B, and Studio C was War doing Why Can't We Be Friends album, and we were in Studio A. And so he goes down, he comes back, there's a knock at the door again. We're putting on our jackets, we're just about to leave. And I said, oh, you got rid of the pizza? And he said, yeah. And I said, well, can we help you? And he's kind of standing around, like, looking around. I said, can I help you? Well, like, what's up? And he said, I'm not really a pizza delivery guy, I'm a piano player. And I only deliver at the end of the month when I can't pay my rent. And I've been listening to the song through the door, and it's really a good rock and party song. Can I play piano on it? I go, what? He said, yeah, give me a shot, man. I'm just a piano player. I said, well, I know Elton John, Little Richard, so I was like thinking of asking him, please, man, give me a shot, just one shot. I can play like Elton, I can play Little Richard, I can play Dr. John. I said, okay, man, I'll give you a shot. So we're putting on our coats. Normally when you're gonna record a piano, you have a guy in who's called a piano tuner. He tunes it up. We threw a mic in this old piano, covered it with a blanket, said, do one take, we're going home. He played one take, he went delivering pizza, we went home. Didn't even hear it back. The next day, the head of our label, the guy who discovered You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet, flies in, he comes in a day early, and he wants to hear the album. I say, Charlie, you're here a day early. He says, I don't care, play me what you got. So I say to the engineer, okay, we're gonna play in the whole album. When you play TCB, don't play the piano track. I don't know if it's good or bad or sharp or flat or what it is, I don't know. Don't play the piano track. We play the whole album, we get to the second side, it's getting near the end, and the engineer pushes up the volume, and Charlie hears the piano, and he goes, what on earth is that? I go, it's piano. It was BTO with the piano. That is amazing because all you guys are the same. You and ZZ Top and Frampton and the Doobie Brothers and Allman Brothers, you're all guitar, bass, and drums. Elton John owns AM and FM radio because of his piano playing. Let me hear that whole song again because he'd only heard half of it, the last half. So we wind it back, we play the whole song. He goes, that's amazing. That'll get you AM and FM radio play. You'll be all over the radio. Who's playing the piano? I said, a pizza delivery guy. He goes, what? Seriously, Randy, stop joking around. Who played the piano? I said, a guy delivered pizza here, Charlie. He's a piano player. He asked to play piano. I gave him one shot. We've never heard this before. It's the first time we heard it. Just like you heard it. He said, leave it the way it is. It's charming. I go, are you kidding? It's very ragged. It speeds up and slows down. He said, it's charming. It's a party song. Leave it the way it is. The guy, so I have to find out who this guy is. He says, you'll be sued by the guy. He's got to be in the union. Is he in the union? I go, I don't know. So I go back to Steve Miller, knock on the door. Steve, where'd you get the pizza from last night? We didn't have pizza last night. Try Jerry down the hall. Jerry Goldsmith producing War. Go and knock on their door at Studio C. Come on in. I go in. It's like Cheech and Chong's basement. I can hardly see in there. War is in there. They're recording. They've been in there for like 4 or 5 days. They say, hey guys, where'd you get pizza from last night? And they go, it is last night, man. It's still last night. I haven't even gone home. So they didn't order the pizza. They ordered the pizza, but they didn't know where it came from, and somebody had cleaned up the studio. They just take out all the junk. So I go to the lady at the front of the studio, the receptionist. I say, okay, you got to do me a favor. Here's the yellow pages. You start at Antonio's and phone every pizza place within like 3 blocks, and I'll start at Mario's halfway through and ask if they have a delivery boy that looks like Fidel Castro. Which seems hilarious, but it's the only way I can remember this guy with the big frizzy beard and the army suit. So I get lucky, with the third phone call. Yeah, we have a guy. He's not really a delivery guy. The piano player guy. I go, yeah. What's his name? He said, we can't give our employees names. Is he working today? Yeah, he comes in about 6. Okay, will you send him down with a pizza? What kind of pizza? I'll take yesterday's pizza. We just want the guy. So he comes in. His name is Norman Durkee. That is the piano you hear on Takin Care of Business. One Take by Norman Durkee. That was a break for him. He joined the union. He became Bette Midler's musical director on her first North American tour. And when I toured with Ringo Starr's All-Star Band in '95, we ended up our concert at the Greek Theater in LA, where the LA Philharmonic played, and the pianist for the LA Philharmonic was Norman Durkee. So that is my TCB Norman Durkee story. And when I stopped playing violin, I'm going to tell you this, I played violin until I was 14. And then I quit, because I hated classical violin. The next day after I quit, something happened on our television set. We didn't have one. My rich Jewish friend across the street had the first black and white 12-inch TV on the block. I got invited over after dinner Sunday night and saw Elvis Presley for the first time. It was electric. His mother was screaming. My mother was there screaming. My mother's younger sister was screaming. Why are you screaming? Look at this guy shaking around. He's doing all this Elvis stuff. And I said, well, what is that? And he said, that's Elvis, that's rock and roll, and that's a guitar. And I said, I want to do that. I was sick of standing there doing this perfect Royal Conservatory violin thing. So I got a guitar, and you know the rest of that story with the Guess Who and everything else. About 10 years ago, I was watching an HBO special on Graceland, and Priscilla Presley was on saying, yeah, we were with Elvis driving to the airport in LA to fly back to Memphis. Elvis was hungry, and he owned a Dairy Queen there. He'd go to Dairy Queen after hours and rock out. Anyways, and he heard a song on the radio by a Canadian band called Takin Care of Business. And he said, I want that to be my motto, and that'll be my band, the TCB band, a lightning bolt. If you go to Graceland today, Elvis's tombstone says TCB on it. And so that's kind of my Elvis story, how he made me switch to rock and roll, and how like TCB is now on his tombstone. And I heard his band recorded that at a rehearsal, and it might be coming out, so there might be an Elvis version of TCB coming out soon, because they're going to be doing virtual shows. What's it called? Hologram and stuff. They're doing an ABBA one. They're doing a Beatles one. Everything's doing. So we're going to get to go see ABBA again. Isn't that great? Elvis, the Beatles. So anyways, here's the real. And we're standing up. So if you want to stand up and rock out, you've been sitting a long time. It's real TCB.